So this is a D-cell battery. This is a positive side. This is the negative terminal. This is the positive terminal. This is a light bulb. This is the light bulb. That's the base, the metal casing. That's a filament up there, and then the glass dome. And the metal base, which holds the light bulb in place. And then a 9-volt battery, positive terminal, and the negative terminal. And this is the wire that connects with the battery. You push it down into there, and then it kind of it goes through the terminal. Goes through this terminal, or kind of a terminal.
How many wires are in that white wire?
2 wires.
Okay. How about the what's on the white wire? What's it called?
On the white wire it is coating.
Okay. Or a what? It's a coating or a, so you don't shock yourself?
Insulator.
Good.
And the insulator will protect yourself from getting shocked, and so this insulator will go through the wires through the insulator, and then this piece will come up into here, into that little hole, and you can push it into that hole, and so then then your power is ready to be turned on with the switch over here. It is currently on off, but once you switch it that way, once that red light is on, it is indicating that it is on. And so now we have another version of a switch, a 15. This is number I5 on my kit. It is a slide dimmer, and I will demonstrate what the slide dimmer does, because this is what it does best on it. So this is a sound box, and as you can hear, it starts out quiet, gets a little louder, and then it gets quiet again.
Very cool. What is it as you move the slider? What is happening to the sound box?
The sound box is getting louder.
Why?
Because it's getting more energy into here.
Good.
And causing it to go louder.
Cool.
And so my next thing I'll demonstrate is the fan. This can also work with the 15 slide dimmer, i5 slide dimmer, but it can also work with just the power, the battery, and the 013 fan. You connect it to here, and then it blows air out.
Cool.
So it would be kind of handy if I was allowed to have it in school. If it was a hot day, you could just blow yourself off.
Mm-hmm. How about an incomplete circuit? What's an incomplete circuit look like?
So if I had an incomplete circuit, I would have this, the motor, maybe I would also have this battery, the fan, and let's just say I had the sound box too. So I turn it on, they all work. I take that off, none of them work.
Why?
Because the battery power, it is not connected. This part, which is how the electricity gets through, is not connected to the other part of it. And so therefore the electricity cannot get through to it. But as soon as the 2 pieces of metal touch, they automatically turn on.
Okay, because now you have a what?
This is a complete circuit.
Cool.
Or a closed circuit.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is an incomplete circuit or an open circuit. And so next I'm gonna show you my motor, which is this.
Cool.
025.
Yeah.
And it has a switch on it. It can go counterclockwise, clockwise, and I don't know what this means. That was kind of in the middle.
What's that little silver thing spinning?
That is the that's a shaft.
Okay.
And then so if you have it going counterclockwise, it's going that way.
Yeah.
But if you put it on clockwise, it starts going the other way, this way.
Very cool. How about a short circuit? Can you tell me what actually, how about a parallel circuit? Can you demonstrate a parallel circuit? I think you actually had one going on there. Okay, so talk about your parallel circuit.
Parallel circuit, it has, I did one of these in class, and if you turn, say you turn one thing off, like this, the other one will still run.
Uh-huh.
That's the cool thing about parallel circuits. Like if you take, this little orange piece is mainly meant to do parallel circuits.
Right.
Because it's called a Y19 split.
Okay.
And it goes, so you put the source up to here.
Yeah.
And then the electricity travels through both of the wires to get to whatever you're connecting it to.
Okay.
So here I am connecting it to the motor.
Yeah.
And both of my motors.
Okay.
So the two motors are now running. But
Cool.
if I detach this one, that one runs.
Ah, okay.
But as you can hear, that one's pretty loud. This one's louder now.
Very cool.
On the table.
All right. Have you talked about a system yet?
Yes, a system is like this is kind of a system. This is like a system. It's kind of like a circuit, but it basically is a circuit. It's just a different name for a circuit.
Okay, so it's the whole thing, the battery, the switch, the wires, the motors.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. How is the electricity moving?
The electricity is moving through the metal.
Okay.
And metal is a conductor.
Yeah.
So that's the energy is going through here, and as you can see, it just continues to over here. But then you can go down and see. As you can see, there's this part, and that's called like a that's a board.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's called a circuit board.
Cool.
Like later this summer, my dad and I, we took apart a TV, and there were a ton of these little boards under it, but they were really big. And so we had to use something called
That's okay if you can't remember the name. Okay, so are there any?
A soldering iron.
Good.
And so it melted, it kind of melted these little dots down there.
Interesting. All right, are there any other words that you maybe didn't hit on your study guide that you want to talk about? I think you did a pretty good job. Do you think there's any you missed? How about that stored energy? What's an example of stored energy?
Stored energy is in a battery.
Good.
That's the battery's purpose of having this case around it.
Yeah.
That keeps the stored energy in there.
Okay, cool. And can you give maybe one other example of energy other than a battery?
Fuel could be oil, or gasoline, or food, or the sun.
Right. Those are great examples.
Or plants.
Very cool. Anything else you want to say? Wrap up?
I'm good.
All right. Good job, Gage. All right. And that's Gage's electricity study guide.